No, your audio is not clear. I think it's a network issue.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Please share your screen.
कर रहा हूँ भाई सेटिंग कर रहा हूँ
Gurdev, you are not audible. Gurdev Nathan, can you hear me? Hi, Gurdev Nathan. Can you hear me? I think you should leave and reconnect the session. Hello.
हाँ, sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Gurdev. एक बार please share your screen once so we can check the visibility. Yes, screen is visible. Make it full screen and
Yes, sir.
share your
I'll do
PPT.
present.
Yeah, fine.
Sir, fine, sir.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine now.
Yes, okay. Just one
So,
minute. Just a minute.
network disturb तो नहीं करेगा.
हाँ,
Have you switched?
हाँ, yes, sir, I will switch to other network. Yeah.
Okay. So, are you ready? Can we start the session?
Yes, sir, I'm ready. I'm ready. We'll start.
Fine, great. So, you can start the
Yeah.
session. Thank you. Thank you, Gurdev.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the session. This is like the topic of this today's session is the second ascent, transforming challenge into your ultimate medical college triumph. So, myself, K. Gurudevan, final year MBBS student from AIIMS Bhubaneswar. So, I will be taking you through this today's session. So, today we have three parts overall. Dividing the session into three parts. The first one the reality and the pivot. I mean, first, this part mainly covers the current scenario and how to tackle through it and how to, like, what all things you have to plan in the further future. So, first, we'll be starting the first thing. This conquering the scenario. First of all, regarding the scenario that has happened this time, it is like it's a rare event, which is never like this has been happened in the past. In 2015, the All India pre-medical test was been cancelled and then it was conducted back. Yeah, it has happened in the past and in the near future, this is the first time this is happening. So what we have to understand is this is not your mistake. Like who the NEET aspirant, this is not their mistake. There is some mishap happened and which is not in our hand. So what we have to do is we have to analyze certain things. First of all, what we have in our hand, we have is time, and then we have our resources to study. Then what should we have to acquire? What all things we need to acquire? First and foremost thing is we need to acquire the motivation to study. Like first basic thing to do anything is motivation and determination. And second more thing is right now we need to have perseverance, the determination, the hardworking mind, the mentality to do it again. That's what we need to have the at this point. And then right now obviously you would have prepared all through this year and then you would have did your NEET and then right now you'll be feeling exhausted obviously like once we mentally prepare for a finish line and once we finish the line and then now if we have to do it again then obviously we'll be exhausted, but however consider this as a tactical transition. We are no longer a rookie, like we are not the rookie anymore. We have an experience. We already have this experience of going into that examination or we have the experience of filling that OMR sheet. So we have a experience. So we are not the rookie anymore. Right now you are a veteran who has already built 95% of your in content knowledge. The revision phase is just about fine tuning your diagnostic accuracy, not repeating the basic theory. Right now you just have no need not to do the basic part like completely again and again. You just have to fine tune your things. Already prepared, you just have to fine tune your things. But what all things are an advantages for you right now? First and foremost thing is you have a second chance. This is like a once in a lifetime event. No one else will get the opportunity in near future. No one else got the opportunity in the near past also. So this might look bad. Like some people might look bad, thinking like, okay, I've did very well in this need, but again I have to do. But on a better side, try to look at the positive. Take the positive out of it. What we can do, we can correct our mistake. And even if you would have took like even if you have did everything correct, 720 out of 720, still go give it a second shot. Just test your mental ability again. Test all your ability, test all your ability again. So give it a second shot. You will surely come uh, come out with flying colors right now. And for practice, more very important advantage is experience. Like usually freshers like pressure, they would have just gone into that exam hall at the first time, and maybe people would not know what all things would happen here, what all
Gurdev, I think there is some network issue because voice is not clear,
how the
right?
exam hall scenario will go.
Hold,
But right
hold on,
now they
hold
have
on.
this experience. They know what
Gurdev,
happens
Gurdev,
there, and they
Gurdev.
know how to. Right now they can plan how to tackle those things also. So we have an experience which is a very crucial thing right now. A quote from Winston Churchill: "Success is not final, failure is not most now." Like people who are perseverant, people who are which will make their progress better. Now, what we have to do, we have to get our mind right. We have to focus on our studies. We have to focus on our
Gurdev, your voice is not clear. There is some network issue. Uh, you can start.
hello.
Yes, Gurdev. You
I
can start
start
if
from again.
network is fine.
Okay.
Uh,
I start from first or
No, you can start from here.
yeah. Okay.
Please make it full screen.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
fine.
sorry for the inconvenience happened. Yeah, I'll just continue from here. So first is like this is a quote from Winston Churchill: "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that mistake." What we right now have to do is we just have to make up our mind. We just have to get into some tactics, some proven study tactics, and deal with that mistake. Once we deal with that mistake, and then we'll go to get into some tactics, some proven study tactics, and these
Gurudev,
will
your
hit
screen is not visible.
some high impact.
Gurudev, I'm audible to you. Your screen is not visible.
It's visible actually.
No, Gurudev, I'm not able to see, see the screen. That's why I'm saying.
Okay, okay. But Gurdev, I think you have some network issues. So can we cancel the session? because another session of subject session is already waiting. Team Sathi,
जी
I
sir.
think uh, we have to cancel this session
Okay,
because
okay.
there is some network issue in Bhubaneswar.
Hmm.
That is why I don't think he is able to take the session right now.
Okay.
So move forward, and uh, I will inform to Gurudev Nathan for the cancellation of the session. So thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
मोटिवेशन चल रहा था, नहीं वो बंद हो गया। चलो, good morning Sangvi. Good morning students. So let us start today's class. Today we will be doing the PYQs of the chapter, some basic concepts of chemistry. So this is the first chapter of your NCERT class 11. We will quickly move through the numericals. So you should be having your pen and copy with yourself because these are numericals. So I would request all of you to attempt the question along with me. Good morning, Sasi. And apart from this, please mark your attendance as soon as you see your attendance link, and we can start the class in few minutes. So how's your preparation going? What have you done on Sundays? Have you attempted your DPPs and all? Did you study at the Sunday? So a very less amount of students are today. Yes, Sandoshni, very good. So we'll begin shortly. If anyone is having any doubt regarding any topic that we have covered yesterday or day before yesterday, you can just ask me, or any DPP that is creating problem for you. Yes, I will send you the link, Kritika. Just wait for a few minutes. We'll just send you the link. So anyone is having any doubt regarding the previous class or any other class or any question that you are unable to solve, you can just send me into the chat section. Can we start the class now? So you have no doubts. Can we start the class now? So here you can see your first question. Try to solve the question. It is saying that we have 1 decimeter cube of CO2, which is carbon dioxide. You know it very well. Now what we do, we are passing it over coke. We are passing it over coke. So coke is basically used for the reduction. It will reduce your carbon dioxide into carbon monoxide, CO. So what are we doing? We are doing a reaction in which we are treating the carbon dioxide, which is CO2. It is in gaseous phase. We are reacting it with coke. Coke is solid carbon, and we are getting carbon monoxide, which is again a gas. Here we are given with their initial pressure. So initially we are only taking CO2. In the reaction mixture, we are only taking CO2, which is having a volume of 1 decimeter cube. And after the reaction has completed, we have 1.4 decimeter cube, which is left with us. Now you have to tell that in this 1.4 decimeter cube, what is the amount of carbon monoxide and the carbon dioxide. So initially what we are taking a volume which is over 1 decimeter cube of CO2. Now after the reaction, it is given that we are left with only 1.4 decimeter cube of gas, but we don't know what is that gas, what it contains, how much amount of CO and how much amount of CO2. So this 1.4, it also contains CO and CO2 both. So it is containing both of them. Now you have to tell that what is the volume of CO and what is the volume of CO2. So you have your attendance link in the chat section. You can just mark the attendance. Now, after marking the attendance, try the question by yourself. Again, I am trying to explain the question first of all. So initially, I have already given you the equation so that the question can be a bit easier. So we have initially 1 decimeter cube of CO2. After the reaction has completed, we have overall volume of 1.4 decimeter cube. In that, we have CO and CO2 both. So some of the CO2 must have reacted. Some may have been left into the solution, into the mixture. So you have to tell that how much amount of CO and CO2 is present in this overall 1.4 decimeter cube. So solve this numerical and give your answers in the chat section. Solve this numerical and give your answers in the chat section. All of you have done the marked the attendance. Did all of you marked the attendance? So what will be the answer here? What will be the answer here? How much amount of carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide is present in this 1.4 decimeter cube of this reaction mixture? How much amount of CO and CO2 is present? How will solve this? Anyone who got the answer, you can just reply it in the chat section. Or shall I show it to you? Is it difficult? Is it difficult? So that you can give me a thumbs up so that I can move on to the solution. If you are unable to solve it, can we move on to the solution? Or you are trying it? Okay. So let us move on to the solution. Okay, so Badri is telling that C is the correct answer. Okay, Badri, let us check it if C is correct or not. Now, the correct answer would be B. Okay, it would be B, which is 0.8 decimeter cube of carbon monoxide and 0.6 decimeter cube of carbon dioxide. How will solve it? It's very simple. To solve it. So here we'll take the equation. This is your equation, which is C plus CO2. It is giving us CO. Initially, we are taking 1 decimeter cube of this CO2. Now, how it will break? Suppose I am saying that X volume of the CO2 has reacted already. X volume of the CO2 has reacted already. Now, according to the equation, 1 mole of CO2 is producing. If you balance this equation, what we'll get? We'll get 2 CO. So this is the balanced equation. So 1 volume of this CO2 will produce 2 volume of CO. So if X mole has reacted, we will get 2x moles. We will get 2x moles or 2x volume. So remember, we can write this in terms of moles, or we can write it in terms of volume. We can write it in the terms of pressure and concentration. Okay. So if X moles is reacting, if you are assuming it as moles, then 2x moles will be produced. If X volume is reacting, then 2x volume will be produced. If X pressure is reduced, then 2x pressure is increased. If X concentration has reacted, then 2x concentration is produced. So this thing, it is applicable to all these 4 quantities. Okay, you can use it for either of them. Now, if I say that initially I have 1 decimeter cube of CO2, and after the reaction, X amount has been reacted and 2x will be produced, because 2 is the stoichiometric coefficient here for carbon monoxide. Now this is the overall volume after the reaction. Can we say that it will be the overall volume after the reaction? So 1 minus X plus 2x, it will be equals to 1.4. 1 minus X plus 2x, it will be equals to 1.4. Now you solve this equation. So what we will get? 1 minus X plus 2x is equals to 1.4. So that would be 1 plus X. 1 plus X is equals to 1.4, or X is equals to 0.4. Now we are interested in CO2. So for CO2, after the reaction has completed, it is becoming 1 minus X. So it would be 1 minus 0.4, which will come out to be 0.6. Okay, is it clear? Now this is for CO2. What about CO? After the reaction, it has become 2x. So x is 0.4. So 2x will be 0.8. So we can say that 0.6 decimeter cube of CO2 and 0.8 decimeter cube of carbon monoxide is produced after the reaction. If you add them together, you will get it as 1.4 decimeter cube. So whenever you are given with such question, you can always break it in the way I have broken it. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear to all of you? So what we are assuming? We are assuming that let X volume of CO2 has reacted. We are assuming that let X volume of CO2 has reacted. Now according to that, X volume, if it is reacting, then it will produce 2x, because 2 moles of CO are in the product, in the balanced chemical equation. Now overall, after the reaction, the volume will be 1 minus X plus 2x, which will be 1.4. If you solve it for X, you will get it as 0.4, and now you can calculate it for CO2 and CO separately. Moving on, if it is clear to you, we can move on to the next question. So here is your next question. It's very simple. You have to simply calculate the number of hydrogen atoms which is present in 5.4 gram of urea, The molar mass of urea is already given in the question. You don't have to calculate it, and the Avogadro constant is also mentioned clearly, 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 into 10 to the power 23. So you have to calculate the number of hydrogen which is present. What is the molecular formula of urea? It is NH2CONH2. Now, this much hint, I think it would be enough to solve it. Now tell me what will the total number of hydrogen atom which will be present in 5.4 gram of urea. You know the formula, I have given you it in the class, that number of moles, it can be calculated through 3 formulas, in which one of the formula is number of particles divided by Na, Avogadro constant. You can calculate the number of mole in 3 ways. First is this one. Second one is given mass. Yes, Sangvi, it is given mass by molar mass. And if mass is not given, particle is not given, and volume is given, then it would be volume of gas at STP. Remember, it is at STP. I told you. STP divided by 22.4 liter. Yes. So here, first of all, we will calculate the number of moles of urea. You will calculate the number of moles of urea. So how much number of moles you are getting as the answer for 5.4 gram? 5.4 gram. What is the number of moles of urea that you will get? So number of moles of urea would be number of moles of urea would be given mass by molar mass. So given mass is 60 and molar mass is 5.4. Sorry, given mass by molar mass. So given mass is 5.4 divided by molar mass, which is 60. So this will be the number of moles. Anyone is having any doubt in this step? Okay. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear to all of you? Now, in this given formula, we can say that 1 mole of NH2, CONH2 has 4 moles of hydrogen. Can I say that? Anyone is having any doubt in this statement that 1 mole of NH2CONH2 will have 4 moles of hydrogen? Now, in 5.4 we will have 5.4 by 60. How much moles we will have? We have to multiply this by 4. So this much mole of hydrogen we will have. Hydrogen atom we will have. So if we know it for 1 mole, then we can calculate it for 5.4 by 60, or as Sangvi said, we can write it as 0.09 mole. So this is number of moles of hydrogen. Is it clear to all of you? Anyone is having any doubt? So if you solve this, you will get as 0.36 mole. 0.36 mole. So Sandoshini, Saksham, Premlata, anyone in Barsi having any doubt? So you are silent today. What happened? Anyone is having any doubt in this? Now, our last thing is to calculate the number of particle. We have to calculate this thing, which is number of particle, or here the particle is hydrogen atom. Here the particle is hydrogen atom. How do we calculate it? So it's very simple. If I just multiply, so number of hydrogen atom, a number of hydrogen atom would be, you will simply multiply number of moles with Na. So if I cross multiply this, so number of moles is 0.36 into Na, which is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Okay, 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. If you multiply this, you will get it as 2.168 into 10 to the power 23. So this is your final answer. Is it clear to you? Anyone who is having any doubt in this calculation? What you will get as the final answer? You will get it as 2.168 into 10 to the power 23. Okay, can you move forward now? Do I need to sum it up, or is it clear to all of you? Okay, now next question. So here what you have to do, you have to see that which one is having equal number of atoms. You have to calculate the number of atoms in different amount. In different amount, you have to calculate the number of atoms. Again, you have to use the three formulas which I have given to solve this question as well. You have to use that same formula of mole. So number of mole is given as given mass by the molar mass. Second one, given number of particle by Avogadro constant. Third one, volume at STP divided by 22.4. Okay, so these three formulas you will be used to solve this type of questions. Okay, try this question by yourself. Try this question by yourself. So you have to calculate that which one of these is having equal number of atoms. So I'm giving you some time. So this is a longer question. You have to do calculations in it. Try this question and tell me what is the correct answer. Tell me what is the correct answer. If anyone is having any doubt while solving it, you can ask me. Okay. You will use these three formulas. These three formulas would be enough to solve this question. So I will do the calculation, start doing the calculation now. If you get the answer, you can tell it to me. Now, first of all, for Na2CO3. So every question you would see that first we will calculate the number of moles. First we will calculate the number of moles. Saksham is telling D is the correct answer. Okay, Saksham, let us see. Let us see if D is correct or not. How we'll solve it? First we'll calculate the number of moles. So for A, the number of moles, I am writing it as N. It would be given mass by molar mass. It means 212 by 106. So this would be 2 moles. Okay, this would be 2 moles. Now, here in this, what will be the number of atoms? We'll use this formula now. We'll use this formula now to calculate the number of atoms. Can you tell me how much number of atoms are present in 1 mole of Na2CO3? How much number of atoms are present in 1 mole of Na2CO3? Yes, it would be 6. It would be 6. So total number of particle would be number of moles multiplied by the Na and multiplied by the total number of atoms. So you have to calculate the number of atoms in 2 mole of Na2CO3. So 1 has 6, 2 will have 12 Na. So you don't need to calculate it further. This much is enough. Now second one, we will do it for Na2O. We will do it for Na2O. So N will be equals to 248 by 62. So this would be 4, and number of particles will be 2 it will be 4 into, and for this the number of moles of atoms in one compound is 3. So 4 3 Na, which will be again 12 Na, which will be again 12 Na. Now option C and D, these two can only be correct because A and B have the same number of particles. So lastly, we have to only compare C and D. We have to only compare C and D. Rest all we can leave. So first of all, if I calculate it for C, what I will get? So N would be number of particle. So N would be number of moles, which is 240 by 40, which is 6. Then N would be 4 into 6 Na, which is 24 Na. So this is not correct. Absolutely, this is not correct. So the correct answer would be D. Yes, Saksham, you were right. The correct answer would be D. So let us just clarify it so that we don't have any confusion. If I calculate it for D, then what I will get? N will be equals to 12 by 2. 12 by 2, which is 6, and N will be 6 into 2 because one hydrogen molecule has 2 atoms into Na, which will give it as 12 Na. Is it clear to all of you? So it is very clear that now it is well established that now A, B and D have the same number of particles because Na is constant for all of them. If you have any doubt regarding this question, you can ask me. If you have any doubt regarding this question, you can ask me. So Janni V, is it clear to you? Deepika, any doubt in this? Shri, Sangvi, Yogalakshmi, is it clear to all of you? Yes, Sangvi, what doubt you have? What doubt you have in option C? Okay. Yes. It will be 18. Yes, you are correct. It will be 18 because here number is 3. It is 3. It is 3, so it will be 18. Very good. Yes, it will be 3 here. Yes. Can you move forward? You can just try to calculate it for E option. Now, moving on to the next question. So, if this part is clear, I can move on to the next question now. So, this will be last from the some basic concepts of chemistry. We have to also do some questions from redox as well. Now, this is an interesting one. This one is an interesting one. What you have to see is regarding a reaction. You have 1 gram of sodium hydroxide and you are treating it with 25 milliliters of 0.75 molar HCl. Here also, in every question of your some basic concepts of chemistry, your first aim should to calculate the number of moles. And write the reaction as well. Try this question by yourself and tell me what are you getting. If you are having any issues in between solving this, you can ask it to me. So why a very less strength is seen today? Many students are absent, Shani, Selvi and all. Is there any specific occasion or due to the exams that is going on right now, the CUET exam? So anyone who got the answer for this question or is close to getting the answer, or shall I start solving it? So in your some basic concepts of chemistry, you will get three types of questions. Three types of question that you will get. First of all, comparing the number of particles and all, which about which you have seen it right now, and most of times the question is from the comparing part. Second, you will see it from the limiting reagent and stoichiometry. Okay, so if you just listen to me very carefully, this whole topic would be clear from this given question only. It's very simple to solve it. And third one is related to molality and all, means the concentration terms. No, the third one is related to the concentration terms. You will see it in solution also. The third one which you will see is empirical and molecular formula. Empirical formula and molecular formula. So only these three types of questions are seen in the some basic concepts of chemistry. It's a very easy chapter. So we shall now start solving the question. Here I said it, first you will calculate the number of moles. So what would be the number of moles for sodium hydroxide? What will be the number of moles for sodium hydroxide? So given mass, again given mass divided by the molar mass of sodium hydroxide. So molar mass would be 40. So number of moles is 1 by 40 or 39.99. Yes. So the number of moles of NaOH is 1 by 40 mole. Then how do we calculate the number of moles of HCl? How do we calculate the number of moles of HCl? We know it for sure that it is given as M into V, means molarity into volume. Molarity into volume. So it would be 25. Remember, in case of molarity, the volume should be in liter. So I will multiply this thing by 10 to the power minus 3 into 0.75. How much you will get here? The number of moles. So I have used the formula that number of moles is multiplied M multiplied by V. Molarity multiplied by the volume, and volume should be in liter. So how much we will get if we multiply 25 into 10 to the power minus 3 into 0.75. So 25 into 0.75 into 10 to the power minus 3. It will give us 0.01875. Okay, is it clear to you? Now, once you get this number of moles, the second thing that you should do is write the balanced chemical equation. So this technique will help you in every question that you see regarding the limiting reagent or the stoichiometric calculation. So what you will get as the product if you react NaOH with HCl? What you will get as the product if you treat NaOH with HCl? Any idea? Yes, we will get it as NaCl and H2O. Now, here next thing that you should do to calculate the or to identify the limiting reagent, it is very simple. You take out a ratio. What is that ratio? It is number of moles divided by the stoichiometric coefficient. So for NaOH, what is the stoichiometric coefficient? For NaOH, what is the stoichiometric coefficient? It is 1. Okay, so this it is the ratio for NaOH. Similarly, you calculate it for HCl. What you will get? It will be 0.01875 divided by 1. Here, if I just calculate it, if I calculate this thing, what I will get? 1 by 40, 1 divided by 40, it will be 0.025. So I can write it here as 0.025. Now, can you tell me which one is greater? Which one is the greater value? Which one is the greater value? So this is for NaOH and this is for HCl. This is for HCl. So which one is the greater value? Which one is the greater value? Or I would say which one is the lesser value? It is very clear that this is the lesser value. Am I right? Am I right in saying this? Am I right in saying this, students? So listen to this very carefully. You will surely see one such type of question in your examination. Okay, once you know to solve one of the kind, you can solve every question that you encounter in the examination. If till this point anyone is having any doubt, you can ask it to me, or we shall move on to the next part. Okay, so we can say that HCl is having a greater amount, greater ratio as compared to Na. So this is okay. Sorry for this. So your NaOH is larger. Your NaOH is larger. Now, if this is true, then HCl, it is your limiting reagent. This HCl is your limiting reagent. Now, anyone can do this using this technique. Any question can be solved using this technique. You have to simply find the number of moles of both the reactant. If it is given in volume, convert it into number of moles. If it is given in mass, particle, anything, first convert it into number of moles. Write the complete reaction equation and divide both of them by their stoichiometric constant. And whichever is having a lesser ratio, that will be your limiting reagent. Any doubt in this? Anyone is having any doubt in this? Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear to all of you? Now, if this is clear to all of you, then we can move on to the next step. Now, from the reaction, it is clear that limiting reagent role is played by this HCl, which is having 0.01875 moles, and this is having 0.025 mole. If this is the limiting reagent, then always the limiting reagent decides the amount of product. It decides the amount of product because it is present in lesser amount. It will be consumed and the reaction will be stopped. So the limiting reagent, it decides the amount of product. Now, the next step is that if the reaction is completed, then all of this limiting reagent will be consumed. It will be consumed and it will be converted into the product. So once the reaction is complete, all of them will be consumed and it will be converted into the product. Is my line clear to all of you? Is this line clear to all of you? So the limiting reagent, it decides the amount of product. Now next, so this all will be consumed and HCl will be remained at 0 and 0.01875 moles of NaCl is formed. Why? Because 1 mole of HCl is giving us 1 mole of NaCl because the stoichiometric coefficient is 1 for all of them. So 0.01875 NaCl mole is produced. Now 1 mole of HCl is reacting with 1 mole of NaOH. So if 0.01875 mole of HCl has reacted, then it would need 0.01875 moles of NaOH as well. So this amount will be reduced from the overall amount of 0.025. So now 0.025 minus 0.1875. So this will give us 0.0625. So here we have a 0 again. Here we have a 0 again. So it will be how much? It will be how much? 0.0875. 0.025 minus 0.01875. How much it will give us? So this will give us 0.2315. 0.2315. Now calculate this much mass is unreacted. This much mass is unreacted. Rest all is consumed. Multiply it with the molar mass. So multiply it with the 40. So what we have is that 0.2315 multiplied with 40. 0.2315 multiplied 40. Okay, you do the calculation, you will get your answer. So in this way, you will solve it. Is it clear to all of you? Anyone is having any doubt in this, you can ask me. Now we will do some questions of redox reaction. We will do some questions of redox reaction. Just wait for a while. Let me switch the deck. So here is your first question. Here is your first question. You have to calculate the oxidation state. So this is not given correctly. It is K underline O2. Okay, it is K underline O2. Now you have to calculate the oxidation state for each of them. You have to calculate the oxidation state for each of them. So it's a very simple one. It's a very simple one. You have to simply calculate the oxidation state. Now there is a tricky part in this, which is regarding the oxidation state of potassium. Oxidation state of potassium. It is the tricky part in this question. Try this and tell me the answer. Try this question and tell me the correct answer. So all of you did get that stoichiometric calculation, right? Stoichiometric calculation must be clear to you because it will be used in every part of the chemistry. If it is not clear to you, you just try some of the questions by yourself using that method. And if you have any difficulty regarding that, you can ask it to me in tomorrow's class. Okay. So what will be the answer for this question? What will be the answer for this question? Anyone? What will be the answer for this question? Yes, in that previous question, you will get it as 0.0625 multiplied with 40. And you will get it as 2.5 liter. If you convert it into milliliter, it will give you 250 milliliter. Okay. So here, what will be the correct answer? So remember that for here you have to calculate it for potassium. So potassium, it can only have one oxidation state or zero oxidation state. It can have only +1 oxidation state or zero oxidation state. No other oxidation state is possible for the alkali metal. Talk about potassium, lithium, sodium. So all of them will always have +1 or 0. These are the only two oxidation states which is possible for potassium. So from that, A or C, these two options can be correct now. Now what about H2O2? Again, H2 can also have +1, -1 and 0. So these are the only three oxidation states which are possible for hydrogen. If it is with a non-metal, then it will have +1. If it is with a metal, it will have -1. And if it is molecular hydrogen, which is H2, it will have 0. Okay. So here it is having a bond with a non-metal. So it will have +1 oxidation state. And what about oxygen? Oxygen will have -1. So +1 multiplied by 2 for 2 hydrogen. I am calculating it for H2O2. And oxygen, we are calculating, we are assuming it as X. 2 oxygens are here. So 2 is equals to 0 because overall compound is neutral. So this will be -2. So X will be equals to -1. So clearly your correct option would be C. It would be C. Let us calculate it for H2SO4. So I told you earlier, for hydrogen you will always take it as -1 if it is with a +1 if it is with a non-metal. So +1 into 2. For sulfur, let us assume it is X. For oxygen, here it will be -2. Okay, here it will be -2. So oxygen can have -2, -1, 0 and +2. Usually you will see -2. Generally it will have -2. In H2O2 only it has -1, and with oxygen it can have +2. Now here, if I just calculate this, what I will get? So 4 into -2, -8 plus 8, then here it will be -2, which is 6. So correct answer would be C. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear to all of you? Anyone having any doubt regarding this? Is anyone having doubt regarding this? So remember these anomalies. Remember the anomalies always. Okay, remember the anomaly of oxygen oxidation state. What will be the oxidation state of oxygen here in KO2? What will be the oxidation state of oxygen here in KO2? What you will get? Try to calculate it and tell it to me. What will be the oxidation state in KO2? In KO2, what will be the oxidation state? If you calculate it for KO2, so K is taken as +1, then oxygen, assume it as X and multiply it with 2, overall it is 0. So X will have -1/2. So one more oxidation state we have for oxygen, which is -1/2, and it is shown in KO2. So they have asked about anomalies only. So these are the only anomaly of oxygen. One more we have, it is O2F2. It is having +1 oxidation state of oxygen. So these are the anomalies which you should remember it for oxygen. Okay, they can ask, and they will ask it from this part only. They will never ask it from simpler oxidation state. Is it clear to all of you? Is it clear to all of you? Anyone having any doubt in this? Now, next one. You have to tell that which reaction is not a redox reaction. How do we determine whether it is a redox reaction or not? You will simply calculate the oxidation state. If the oxidation state is not changing, there is no change in the oxidation state, then it means that it is not a redox reaction. It is not a redox reaction if the oxidation state is not changing. So try to examine the given reactions one by calculating their elements oxidation state or their ions oxidation state. So first one is clearly an example of what? Is it a redox reaction? Is it a redox reaction? Students, tell me, is it a redox reaction? So we are having Zn plus CuSO4 going to ZnSO4 plus Cu. Is it a redox reaction? So here what we can say in this equation, Zn is having 0 oxidation state, copper is also having on the product side 0 oxidation state. Here copper is having +2, here it is having +2. Yes, the oxidation state of zinc is changing from 0 to +2. So it is what? It is oxidizing, whereas CuSO4 is getting reduced. So this is a redox reaction. Next what we have? We have KClO3. KClO3 is going to KiO3 plus Cl2 plus Cl2. What is happening here? So if I calculate the oxidation state of chlorine, how will calculate it? For potassium, I said it will be +1 always. For oxygen, since it is not included in the anomaly, I gave it to you. So it will be -2. So 3 into -2 plus chlorine, we will assume it as X. So what we will get? We will get it as +5. So +5 is the oxidation state of chlorine here. What about oxygen? It is -2. And what about potassium? It is +1. Then iodine, since it is in the molecular state, it will have 0 oxidation state. Here potassium is having +1. Always remember, if it is in free state, it is 0. If it is not in the free state, it will be always +1. Here oxygen is also in -2. What about iodine? So again we can calculate it for iodine, +1 for potassium, iodine X, and for oxygen it is 3 into -2 is equals to 0. So X is equals to how much? It is again +5. So here also iodine is having +5. What about chlorine? It is 0. So chlorine is going from +5 to 0, means it is getting reduced. It is getting reduced, whereas the I2 is getting oxidized. So this is also what? This is also a redox reaction. Okay. Next one. H2 plus Cl2. It is giving us 2HCl. H2 plus Cl2 is giving us 2HCl. So here hydrogen 0, chlorine 0. On the right hand side we will have hydrogen as +1 and chlorine as -1. So chlorine is getting reduced and hydrogen is getting oxidized. So this is also a redox reaction. So all of the three are redox reaction. All of the three are redox reaction. What about the last one? BaSO4. So if you will not give answer, we have to solve the question, because it gives me the impression that you are not knowing it. So if you are solving it, if you are having the answer, please tell it to me. Or if you are solving it, tell it to me that where you are getting the difficulty. Now the last one, barium is having +2, sulfur it is having +6, and oxygen is having -2. Here sodium +1, sulfur +6. Okay, so here BaCl2 is given. BaCl2 is given. So this BaCl2, it is having, Cl is having -1. Cl is having -1 oxidation state. Then what we have? Sulfur +6, oxygen -6. Barium +2, sulfur -6, oxygen -2. Sodium +1 and chloride ion -1. So you can clearly see that no element is changing its oxidation state. So barium from +2, it is already in +2. Chlorine -1, here also it is -1. Sodium +1, here also it is +1. And sulfur and oxygen +6 and -2, here also it is +6 and -2. Since nobody is changing its oxidation state, so it is not a redox reaction. So your correct answer would be option D. Is it clear to all of you? Anyone is having any doubt? You can ask it to me, or we can move on to the next question. Anyone is having any doubt? Okay, so our next question and the last one of today's class. You have to tell the oxidation state which is not shown by magnesium in the given reaction. Again, you have to calculate the oxidation state of magnesium. So first we have MnO4 2-. First species that we can look at is MnO4 2-. So let us assume that the oxidation state of manganese is X. Oxygen will always have -2 until and unless we have an anomaly like O2F2, OF2, H2O2 or KO2. Then multiplied with 4 oxygens, overall charge is -2. So X will be -2 plus 8, which will be +6. So +6 is there. Then what about MnO4 minus? MnO4 minus. Again, that same method, X plus 2 into 4. 2 into 4, -2 into 4 is equals to -1. So X will be equals to +7. So D. And then lastly, what about MnO2? If I calculate it for MnO2, so overall compound is having a 0 oxidation state or a 0 charge. So 2 multiplied with -2, it will give you 0. So X will be +4. So A, C and D. So B and E are not shown. B and E are not shown. So correct answer would be D. So this was all for today's class. Thank you for joining the session. I hope you enjoyed it.
Forty-five. 45 है क्यों नहीं है कौन से 45 इस पे क्लिक करके हाँ अब प्रिंट अप कैसे पेन कहाँ है ये अच्छा डिलीट करने के लिए ये और फिर डिलीट करना पड़ेगा जब अगली स्लाइड पे जाना। ठीक है। कितने अच्छे हैं। ठीक है। हेलो, गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। Am I audible to you? Okay, so let's start. So today we will solve previous year questions on chapter mechanical properties of fluids and solids. Okay, so our first question is, two copper vessels A and B have the same base area but of different shapes. So A takes twice the volume of water as that of B and requires to fill up a particular common height. Then the correct statement among the following is. So you have to tell the correct statement. You have two copper vessels A and B and have the same base area but of different shapes. And A takes twice the volume of water as that of B and it requires to fill up to a particular common height. So you have to tell the correct statement. So our first option is vessel A weighs twice that of A, and second option is pressure on the base area of vessels A and B is same, and C option is pressure on the base area of vessels A and B is not same, and D option is both vessels A and B weigh the same. Very good. Whoever told the B option is very correct. So this question is based upon the pressure exerted by the fluid at the bottom of container depends upon the density of the liquid and acceleration due to gravity and vertical height of the column. So as you all know, it is independent upon the shape of the vessel, right? Right? Does this clear to you? It is independent of the shape of the vessel or the total volume of the liquid it contains. So where rho is what? So here P is what? Pressure at the base. Very good, very good. Whoever told the B option is very correct. And PATM is atmospheric pressure. Rho is what? Density of base. H is what? Height of column. So since both the vessels are filled up to the same height, right? It is given to you that both the vessels are filled up to the same height with the same liquid water and the pressure at the base is identical, right? It is given to you. So that means it will be regardless of the fact that vessel A contains more water than B. So that means pressure on the base area of vessels A and B is same. Does this clear to you? It is clear to you? Everybody please respond. Clear? Everybody please respond. Is it clear to you? Any doubts? Okay. This is clear to you, then we will move forward. So according to solution, pressure on the base area of vessels A and B is same. So in hydrostatic condition, P is equals to P naught plus rho GH, where P is absolute pressure at depth H and P naught is the atmospheric pressure. So since height of the liquid is in both the vessels is same, so therefore pressure on the base of both the vessel will be same. Now next question is, the terminal velocity of a copper ball of radius 5 mm falling through a tank of oil at room temperature is 10 cm per second And if the viscosity of the oil at room temperature is 0.9 kilogram per meter per second, then you have to find out the viscous drag force. You are given with the options. You have to firstly solve it and then write the answer. Try it by yourself first. Which formula we will use here? Tell me. What is the formula for drag force? Everybody please respond. What is the formula for viscous drag force? What is the formula for viscous drag force? Deepika? Sangvi? So the viscous drag force formula is right. Are you familiar with this formula? 6 pi eta AV. Now put the values 6 into 3.14, pi value is 3.14 and eta value is, it is given to you 0.9 into A is also given to you, radius is also given to you, but it is given to you in millimeter. So firstly you have to convert it into meter. So 5 into 10 to the power minus 3, right? And now velocity is given to you, terminal velocity. It is given to you in centimeters. So you have to convert it firstly into SI unit, means 10 to the power minus 2 into 10, right? So 10 into 10 to the power minus 2. So solve it. Am I audible to you all? Do it. Is it clear to you? Any doubt you can ask me. Any doubts? Lakshmi? Okay. So after solving this, you will find that you will get 8.478 into 10 to the power minus 3 Newton. So your option B will be correct option, right? Because the viscous drag force formula is 6 pi eta AV, where A is radius and V is terminal velocity. Okay. Now the next question is, the velocity of a small ball of mass m and density d when dropped in container filled with glycerine becomes constant after some time. So you are given with that, you have a small ball, velocity of small ball, you have to tell that, and it is of mass m and density d. So when you drop this small ball in a container which is filled with glycerine, then the velocity becomes constant after some time, and you are given with density of glycerin is d by 2, and you have to tell the viscous force which is acting on the ball. So you are given with 4 options: 2 mg, mg by 2, mg, 3 by 2 mg. So let's see the solution. So the correct option is B, mg by 2. So how this will come? So let Fb be the viscous force and Fb be the buoyant force which is acting on the ball, because the problem asks for a viscous force acting on a small ball of mass m and density d falling through this glycerin with a constant velocity. Okay, so when object move at a constant velocity, so the net force acting on it is 0. If the net force acting on it is 0, then acceleration is 0. If net force acting on it is 0, then the acceleration is 0. Then there will be three forces acting at play, which is of weight. This is because of weight, right? Right? And one buoyant force which is acting upwards, weight is acting downwards. Buoyant force acting upwards, right? And one viscous force. Okay, so now when the body moves with constant velocity, the net force acting on it is 0. That means acceleration is 0. Okay, then form equation, balance the part. So mg will be equals to, mg will be balanced by both Fb and buoyant force. That means Fb plus Fv is equals to mg. Right? Clear to you? Any doubts in that? Any doubts? Please let me know. Any doubts, students? Okay. So now after that, you, in the question you are asked to find out the viscous force. So from there you can find out. So Fv will be equals to mg minus Fb. Justly rearrange this equation. Then you know that mass is equals to what? Density into volume. Because density is what? Mass by volume. So mass is equals to density into volume. And buoyant force is equals to density of fluid means rho into volume into g. So you have read about this formula, right? Now you are given with that density is equals to d by 2. You are given with that the density of glycerin is d by 2. Now put this density value in the equation of buoyant force, then you will get d by 2 into v into g. Okay, you will get buoyant force this. Now what you will do? Tell me. See, now you have buoyant force is equals to d by 2 into volume into g. Now volume is what? If you want to calculate the volume, then volume will be what? Mass upon density. Then put value here, d by 2 into mass by density into g. Then d cancel out. Then you will get mg by 2, right? Now you will get buoyant force mg by 2. Now put this buoyant force value into this equation. Let us suppose I am giving it to one number. Now put the value here. So I am writing here Fv is equals to, means viscous force is equals to mg minus buoyant force we just have calculated, mg by 2, means mg minus mg by 2 means mg by 2. So your answer will be B, mg by 2. Clear? Any doubts in that? Any doubts in this question? If you face any doubt, please let me know. Any steps? Does this clear to you all? Kindly respond. Does this clear to you all? Sangvi, Deepika, Kritika, Saksham, Varsha. Please let me know if you face any doubt in any step. Students, are you understanding this? Okay, if you have no doubt, then we will proceed. So the next question is if a capillary tube of radius r is immersed in water and water rises it to a height h, the mass of water in the capillary is given to you, which is 5 gram, and you are given with the another capillary tube of radius 2r, which is also immersed in water. The mass of water that will rise in this tube is, so you have to tell that the mass of water that will rise in this tube. So you are given with the 4 options. Firstly, you have to solve this and then tell the right answer. So let's see the solution. So the correct answer is B, which is 10 gram. So we will see how this will come. So the problem asks for the mass of water that rises in the capillary tube when the radius is doubled. So you are given with the initial state. So firstly, we are listing that what is given to you. So the in initial state, let us suppose radius is r and m1 is 5 gram, which is given to you. And in initial state, radius is r and height is h, which is also given to you. Now in the final state, so when the radius is doubled, so you have to tell the mass of water that will rise in this tube. In the final state, radius is doubled according to question, means if the radius is r in initial state, then final state radius will be 2r. Then you have to tell that mass rise. So means m2 we have to calculate. So the weight of water column is in capillary tube is balanced by the upward force of surface tension. So that means mg is equals to 2 pi r to t cos theta, right? From that equation you can see that the m here, the m is directly proportional to r because 2 pi is constant, right? That means m is directly proportional to r. So you can write it like that. If you want to calculate the ratio, then m2 by m1 is equals to r2 by m1 r1, because m is directly proportional to r. So put the value in that equation. M2 you have to find out. M1 is given to you, which is 5 gram, and radius is doubled, means R2 is 2R, R1 is R. So by rearranging or by cross multiply, you will get M2 is 10 gram. So your correct option is B, which is 10 gram. Clear? Is it clear to you? Is it clear to you all? Now let's see another question. A wire of length L are of cross section A. So you are given with the wire which is of length L and of cross section A is hanging from a fixed support. So this wire is hanging from a fixed support and of length L and area of cross section is A. So the length of the wire changed to L1 when the mass M is suspended from its free end. So when you suspend a mass which is of M mass, then the length of wire changed from L to L1. So you are given with the length is changed from L to L1 when you suspend a mass M from its free end. Now you have to tell the expression of Young's modulus. So you are given with 4 options. You have to solve it and then mark the correct option. So this is the 2020 previous year question. Let's see the solution. So the correct option is C, because you know that the stress is defined as the restoring force per unit area. You know that stress is force upon area, right? So force is mg upon A. Now the original length is given to you, which is L. Original length is L, and new length, when you suspend a mass from its free end, the length changed to L1, right? So the new length is L1. So what is the change in length? Change in length will be new length minus original length, means L1 minus L, right? So stress is mg by A. Now strain, you know that strain is the change in dimension upon original dimension. So change in length here is delta L, let us suppose, and original length is L. So delta L we just have calculated L1 minus L, and original length is L, right? Now the Young's modulus formula is what? Stress upon strain. Now put the value. Young's modulus is stress upon strain, and stress value is mg upon A, and strain is L1 minus L upon L. So this L will go up, then you will get mgl upon A, L1 minus L. So you will get C option as your correct answer. Correct? Please respond if you get this answer, get this solution. Clear? Clear, students? Okay, so now let's see another one question. A soap bubble which is of radius of 1 millimeter is blown from a detergent solution, and surface tension value is given to you, which is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 2 Newton per meter, and the pressure inside the bubble equals at a point Z0 below the free surface of water in the container, and you are given with gravity value. You have to take 10 meter per second square. Density of water is given to you, which is 10 to the power 3 kilogram per meter cube, and you have to tell the value of Z0. You are given with 4 options. So to find the depth Z0 below the surface of water when the pressure equals the pressure inside the soap bubble, we equate the two pressure equations. So firstly, let's see first pressure equation, which is pressure inside soap bubble. So firstly we will calculate that. So you know that soap bubble has two surfaces, so the excess pressure in case of soap bubble is 4T by R, and the total pressure inside pressure is P0 plus 4T by R, right? So tension surface tension value is given to you, which is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 2, 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 2, and radius is given to you which in millimeter, so you have to convert it into meter. 1 millimeter is equals to 10 to the power minus 3 meter, and P0 is in ATM here, right? Now put all these values in this equation, and first we have made one equation. Now let us make second equation, which is pressure at depth Z0 in water. So P depth, pressure in depth, is equals to P naught plus rho G Z naught. Okay. So you are given with density 10 to the power 3 and gravity 10. Now what you will do? You will set pressure inside is equals to pressure depth. Clear? Clear? Please respond. Does this clear to you? Saksham? Okay. So you have to set pressure inside is equals to pressure depth. Then this value is P naught plus 40 by R is equals to, very good, Deepika, P naught plus rho G Z naught. So P naught will cancel out on both sides. Now you will get, I'm writing here, 40 by R is equals to rho G Z naught. Then by putting the values of surface tension, radius and density is 10 to the power 3, gravity is 10. So you will get Z naught is equals to 1 centimeter. Okay, so your correct option is A. So we just set the pressure inside is equals to pressure depth. This is the pressure depth formula and this is the pressure inside. We just equating this, then you will get Z naught is equals to 1 centimeter. Okay. Clear, students? Clear, students? Okay. Now let's see another question. A copper rod of 88 centimeter and an aluminium rod of unknown length have their increase in length independent of increase in temperature. So you have to tell the aluminium rod. So you are given with this value alpha of copper and alpha of aluminium. And you are given with 4 options. Let's see the solution. So the correct answer is C, 68 centimeter. So you know that for copper rod, the change in length is equals to L naught into alpha into delta T, right? This is change in length, right? And for difference in length to remain constant regardless of temperature, then the change in length for both masses must be identical, for both rods must be identical, right? So we set delta L, change in length of copper, is equals to change in length of aluminium, right? Means delta L of copper is equals to delta L of aluminium. Okay, so put this formula in this: length of copper into alpha of copper into delta T is equals to length of aluminium into alpha of aluminium into delta T. So you are given with length, put the value. What is the length of copper? 88 centimeter, 88, and alpha of copper is 1.7 into 10 to the power minus 5. Delta T will cancel out on both sides, right? And length of aluminium you have to find out. Alpha of aluminium is 2.2 into 10 to the power minus 5. Now by solving this, you will find out the length of aluminium rod. You will get length is 68 centimeter. C option is correct. Is it clear to you all? Clear to you all? Please everybody respond. If you have any doubt, please let me know. If you have any doubt in any step, please let me know. I will repeat once again. Any doubts, students? Saksham, are you there? Okay. If you have no doubts, then we will proceed. Now let's see another question. A small hole of area cross section 2 millimeter square present near the bottom of fully filled open tank. Height is given to you 2 meter. Cross section area is given to you 2 millimeter square. You have to take gravity 10 meter per second square, and you have to tell that rate of flow of water through the open hole would be nearly. So according to the rate of flow of water formula, the area is given to you, which is, firstly we are listing what is given to you, 2 millimeter square. So millimeter is not the standard unit, so firstly we have to convert it into meter. Then 2 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter square. Height is given to you 2 meter and gravity is 10 meter per second square. Now the volume flow rate Q is product of area and velocity. Area into velocity, and velocity is equals to under root 2gh, right? So A under root 2gh. Now put the value. So the value of area is 2 into 10 to the power minus 6 into under root 2. Gravity is 10 and height is 2 meter. So by solving this, you will get 12.6 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube per second. Is this clear to you? This is your 2019 previous year. Clear? Please everybody respond if you have any doubt. Okay. So let's see another question. A small sphere of radius r which is falls from rest in a viscous liquid. As a result, heat is produced due to viscous force. So you have to tell that the rate of production of heat when the sphere attains its terminal velocity is proportional to what? So you are given with a small sphere which is of radius r and it is falling from rest in a viscous fluid, and because of this heat will produce due to viscous force, and you have to tell that the rate of production of heat when the sphere attains its terminal velocity. So you have to tell the rate of production of heat is proportional to what? So let's see the solution. So rate of heat production means power. So rate of heat production is equals to the power dissipated by the viscous force, right? Rate of heat production is equals to power dissipated by viscous force, right? So power is equals to force into velocity, and here velocity is what? Terminal velocity, right? Now F is equals to, from Stokes formula, 6 pi eta RV, right? Now put this force value into power, 6 pi eta RVT. I'm writing terminal velocity as VT, means terminal velocity, okay, into VT. So you will get 6 pi eta R VT into VT, VT square matlab velocity square, terminal velocity square, right? Now VT is with terminal velocity falling in viscous medium. So the formula for terminal velocity is 2r square rho minus sigma into g upon 9n, right? Means terminal velocity, according to this formula of terminal velocity is directly proportional to r square. You can see the r power r square. Now put this terminal velocity value in this equation. Power means 6 pi eta r into terminal velocity value. So you will get 1 r is this, power is directly proportional because all are constants. So power is directly proportional to 1 r is this, and r4 into r4. So you will get directly proportional to r5. Clear everybody? Please respond. Is this clear to you? Clear? Students, please all respond. Is this clear to you? Okay. So let's see another question. Two wires are made of the same material and have the same volume. The first wire has cross-sectional area A and the second wire has cross-sectional area 3A. If the length of the first wire is increased by delta L on applying force, so you have to tell that how much force is needed to stretch the second wire by the same amount. So you are given with two wires and are made of the same material and have the same volume. First wire is having the cross-sectional area A and the second wire is having the cross-sectional area 3A, means thrice of the first wire cross-sectional area. And if the length of the first wire is increased by delta L on applying the force, then how much force will it need to stretch the second wire by the same amount? So you are given with the four options. Let's see the solution. So the correct answer is C, 9F. So let the wire 1 is of length L and wire 2 of length by 3. Area is A and second area is given to you, which is 3A. Now from Young's modulus formula you will find out because Young's modulus is equals to what? Stress upon strain. Stress is what? Force by area. Strain is what? Delta L upon L. So from that you will easily find out delta L, which comes out to be F upon Y into L, right? This formula is clear to you? Please let me know. Is this clear to you? Will you try this question? Will you try it by yourself? And please let me know the answer. Who will solve first? Sangvi, Varsha? Will you try this question? Try and let me know the correct answer. Solve it now and let me know the correct answer. So for wire 1, the formula is this, and in the second wire, the cross-sectional area becomes 3a. Now put the value and then equate the value, then equate the delta L for both wires, and then you will get the force value. F dash value you will easily find out. Okay, so you will get 9F be the correct answer. Okay. Now let's see another question. A U-tube with both ends open to the atmosphere is partially filled with water, and oil which is immiscible with water is poured into one side until it stands at a 10 millimeter above the water level on the other side. So you can see the figure also. And in the meanwhile, the water rises by 65 millimeter from its original level. You can see the diagram for your reference, and you have to tell the density of oil. Let's see the solution. So see, when oil is added to one side, water level on that side goes down, right? And the water level on the other side goes up, right? So this will be the scenario, right? Right? Please respond. When oil is added to one side, water level on that side will goes down and the water level on the other side goes up. So the rise in water will be, it is given to you 65 millimeter above the initial level. Right? Now total water column height, since water falls by 65 millimeter on one side and rises by 65 millimeter on the other side, the height of water column above the oil or water interface will be equals to, because on one side it will go down and on the other side it will go up. So total water column height will be 65 millimeter plus 65 millimeter, that means you will get 130 millimeter. Please let me know if this is clear to you, otherwise I will explain again. If this is clear to you, please let me know, otherwise I will explain again. So when oil is added to one side, water level on that side goes down and the water level on the other side goes up. So firstly we have seen that 65 millimeter above the initial level, you are given with that water rises by 65 millimeter from its original level. So 65 millimeter on the other side. On the other hand, the height of water column above the oil or water interface will be, total height of water column will be 65 millimeter plus 65 millimeter, that means 130 millimeter, right? So this is the total water column height. So if you want to see the total oil column height, so oil stands how much? 10 millimeter above the final water level. It is given to you, right? Please respond, students. Please respond. So if we want to calculate the total oil column height, so oil stands 10 millimeter above the final water level. So that means H of oil is equals to total water column height plus 10 millimeter, because it is given to you that it is above the water level, means it will add up in the water column height. So then means you will get 130 from here plus 10 means 140 millimeter, right? Now at the interface level, pressure from both the columns is equal, means pressure at interface. Pressure at both the columns will be equal, means pressure of oil column is equals to pressure at water column, means rho of oil into pressure formula is rho gh. Height of oil is equals to density of water into, right? Now from that you will find out the density of oil. You have to find out density of oil. So by rearranging you will get density of water into height of water upon oil is equals to 1000 into height of water column is 130 and height of oil column is 140. So please tell me the correct answer. Solve this, multiply this 1000 into 130 by 140. Let me know the answer please. Multiply this 1000 into 130 by 140. How much density will calculate? Will come out? Density value is, tell me. Multiply this, solve this 1000 into 130 by 140. So when you solve this, it will come out to be 928 approximately. 928 kilogram per meter cube. Okay. So if you have no doubt, we will proceed further. Please let me know if you have any doubt in this question. So now next question is, the bulk modulus of a spherical object is B, and if it is subjected to uniform pressure P, the fractional decrease in radius you have to calculate. This is your NEET 2017 previous year, and you are given with 4 options. You have to tell the correct option. So let's see the solution. So the correct option is C, which is P by 3B. So bulk modulus, so to find the fractional decrease in the radius of spherical object, so bulk modulus formula is P upon delta V by V. From that, delta V by V is equals to P by B, right? Now volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. You know the volume value is 4 by 3 pi r cube. This is the formula for volume. Now for small change in volume, the fractional decrease fractional change in volume, or fractional decrease, or we can say change in volume, is 3 times, because you can see that V is directly proportional to RQ. Means the for small changes in volume, the fractional change in volume is 3 times or thrice the fractional change in radius. Why only 3? Because volume is directly proportional to R cube, right? So if we apply ln on both sides, so ln V is equals to ln of natural log of 4 by 3 pi R cube, right? So dV by V is equals to 3 times of dr by R. Now I'm writing here. So 3, put the value of delta V by V in this equation. I'm writing this first. So put in first. So you will get 3 times of delta R by R is equals to P by B. That means delta R by R comes out to be P upon 3B. Right? Clear? Clear everybody? Clear everybody? Please respond. Clear to you all? Students, clear to you? Sangvi, Saksham, Deepika? Okay. Now we will see one more question. 3 liquids of densities rho 1, rho 2 and rho 3, where you are given with that rho 1 is greater than rho 2 then greater than rho 3 and having the same value of surface tension, and it rises up to the same height in 3 identical capillaries. The angles of contact theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3 obey. So you have to tell the relationship between these angle of contact. So try this and let me know the answer. What is the correct answer in this case? So this will be solved by the formula of angle of contact, right? So the correct option is B. So let's see the solution. So see, to find the relationship between angles of contact, the formula you have seen that 2t cos theta upon r rho g, right? Where h, t and r are same for all the liquids. G is also constant, means h, t, r are same. Same for all liquids because we are given with the 3 liquids. So for all 3 liquids, H, T and R are same. And G is also constant. G is acceleration due to gravity, which is also constant. So that means cos theta will be equals to HRG upon 2T into rho. That means just by rearranging we get this cos theta. If you want to isolate the cos theta from there, you will get cos theta is equals to HRG upon 2T into rho. So that means from this equation you will get cos theta is directly proportional to density. And you are given with that density 1 liquid is greater than density 2 and it is greater than density 3. You are given with that in question only. Right? So that means cos theta 1 is greater than cos theta 2 and it is greater than cos theta 3. Right? Because the liquids rise in the capillary where H is greater than 0, the value of cos theta must be positive. And this means that the angles must be in first quadrant. So theta will be lie, this is theta, is pi by 2. So in this range, cosine function is monotonically decreasing. So means if cos theta increase, angle theta decrease. Right? Right, students? So that means your answer will come out to be B, which is 0, theta 1, theta 2. So your question will be cos theta 1 is greater than cos theta 2 is greater than cos theta 3. But theta 3 is greater than theta 2 is greater than theta 1. So how this will come? Why cos theta 1 is greater than cos theta 2 is greater than cos theta 3? But in case of if we only talk about the angle of contact, so why theta 3 is greater than theta 2? So because, listen carefully, because the liquids rise in the capillaries where H is greater than 0, the value of cos theta must be positive, right? This means that the angles must be in the first quadrant. First quadrant means 0 to pi by 2. And in this range, cosine function, cos function is monotonically decreasing. Means monotonically decreasing means if theta increase, angle theta decrease. So if you increase the value of theta, the cosine function is decreasing, cos theta will decrease. Clear? Clear, students? So that means theta 3 will be greater than theta 2, it will be greater than theta 1. And if we combine the order, if we combine this is, if this is first equation, and if we combine the order of theta 1 is greater than theta 2 is greater than theta 3. If we combine 1 and 2, you will get 0 less than equals to theta 1 less than equals to less than theta 2 less than theta 3 and then pi by 2. Clear order? So the correct answer is B. Does this clear to you all? Clear? Students, please respond if this is clear to you. Everybody please, Sangvi. Deepika. So this is all our previous year questions. So in next class, we will solve another chapter previous year questions. So thank you. I hope you like the session.
Okay, students, अब हम biology, we are starting the biology session. All right, good afternoon, students. So are you ready for the biology session now? Okay, so Deepika, Saksham, good afternoon, everyone. Kritika, Varsha. Okay, we are starting with the biology session. You have to all interact in this session and try that you should not leave the class. Okay, this class will help you. We are discussing the NEET PYQs in this session. Okay, so all the students, they have to interact, and if possible, keep your video on. Okay, if possible, just for 1 minute, you can keep your video on. Volume, can you hear me now? Okay, all right. So we are starting with this session. So today we'll be discussing the chapter excretory products and elimination. Important chapter. From this chapter, you can get around 2 questions in the NEET exam. Definitely 2 questions you can get. Okay, so we are starting with this session. So first question is, you have to arrange the following events occurring in the renin-angiotensin mechanism in correct order. So you must have studied about the renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, the RAAS system. So they are talking about this system here. You have to arrange these statements. So they have given you the events, you can say. You have to arrange these events in correct order. These are the 4 options A, B, C, D. You have to choose the correct answer from these options. All right. So what is the statement A or event A? Increase in blood pressure and glomerular filtration rate. Next one, reabsorption of sodium ions and water from distal parts of the tubule due to aldosterone. Okay. Now, next one is fall in glomerular filtration rate. D is vasoconstriction, means constriction of the blood vessels by angiotensin 2 and release of aldosterone. And E is renin converts angiotensinogen into angiotensin 1 followed by angiotensin 2. Means angiotensin 1 is converted into angiotensin 2. So what will be the correct events? What will be the answer? What will be the answer here? All the students, they have to answer. Okay, RAAS system, option number D you are saying. So Deepika is saying option number D. So we have one answer. Any other answer? Okay. Just try to answer it. Try to answer it. Even if it is wrong, you have to answer it. Just try to answer it. It's okay. It's all right. Even if you get the answer wrong, we can correct it here. So Sri have also answered option number C. Okay, so we have 2 answers. We have option number D and option number C. So what will be the correct answer? We have again option number D. Sangvi is saying option number D. Very good. Okay, at least you are answering. So keep on answering. We will discuss the correct answer. No issues if the answer is wrong. Okay, we are all learning here. Kritika is saying option number D. So what happens in renin angiotensin aldosterone system? Basically, this system concentrates the urine. Okay, what is the function of RAAS? First of all, concentration of urine. concentration of urine will be by absorption of the water. Water is absorbed from the filtrate. Water goes back into the blood. Okay, and this is how the urine is concentrated. Another role is to increase the blood pressure. So you can see angiotensin 2 is causing vasoconstriction, constriction of the blood vessels. If the blood vessels are constricted, means the pressure will increase, the blood pressure will increase, means it is increasing the blood pressure and it is concentrating the urine. Okay, so this is what is happening in the renin angiotensin aldosterone system. So let's have a look at the answer. Answer is option number D. Okay, so what are the events? The first one is so we discussed RAS is for increasing the blood pressure. The first will be fall in the glomerular filtration rate. Okay, there is a fall in the glomerular filtration rate. This fall in the glomerular filtration rate, GFR, this is detected by the juxtaglomerular apparatus, and the JG cells, the juxtaglomerular cells, they will release renin. Okay, renin is an enzyme released by kidneys, you can say, or JG cells. Okay, then what will happen? Renin converts angiotensinogen into angiotensin 1. And then angiotensin 1 is further converted into angiotensin 2. Then what will happen? Angiotensin 2 will cause vasoconstriction of the blood vessel, thus increasing the blood pressure. And this angiotensin 2 will also release the aldosterone. Then what aldosterone will do? Aldosterone will stimulate the reabsorption of the sodium ions. Okay, along with the sodium ions, water is also reabsorbed. From where? From the distal convoluted tubule. Okay, this is clear. So now what is happening? Reabsorption of water means urine is being concentrated. Okay, so this is what is renin angiotensin aldosterone system. And finally, you can see there is increase in the blood pressure and glomerular filtration rate, and also the urine is concentrated. So this is the correct answer. Okay, all the students, you have to mark your attendance. The link has been provided. Next question. So here they are saying the juxtaglomerular apparatus is a special sensitive region formed by cellular modification in dash related to the same nephron. So what will be the answer here? Okay, they are talking about the juxtaglomerular apparatus. So what is happening in juxtaglomerular apparatus? How it is formed? It consists of what kind of cells? So we know about the afferent arteriole and the efferent arteriole. Afferent arteriole, this is entering into the glomerulus. Efferent, it's coming out of the glomerulus. Now, there is a region where the afferent arteriole, it meets the distal convoluted tubule. At the junction of the afferent arteriole and the distal convoluted tubule, at their junction, there are some cells known as juxtaglomerular cells. Okay, these are some of the modified cells of the afferent arteriole only. Then towards the distal convoluted tubule, you have some cell known as macula densa. So juxtaglomerular cells along with macula densa cells of the distal convoluted tubule, they both form the juxtaglomerular apparatus. So juxtaglomerular apparatus is made up of cells, some of the modified cells of the afferent arteriole and the macula densa cells of the distal convoluted tubule. Okay, so we are getting the answer option number C. So Sangvi, Deepika, Saksham, you are saying option number D. So option number D is distal convoluted tubule and the afferent renal arteriole. Okay, so let's check the answer. Answer is option number D. Your answer is absolutely correct. There are certain cells near the distal convoluted tubule. These are known as macula densa cells. Okay, and we have some cells, okay, which are modification of the afferent arteriole. Okay, these cells are the modification of the afferent. These are known as juxtaglomerular cells. They together form the juxtaglomerular apparatus. Okay, next question in frog. The renal portal system is a special venous connection that acts to link. This question has come in NEET 2025, so it is an important question. So they are saying in frog, the renal portal system. Renal term is related to what? Which organ? Kidney. Renal is related to kidney. So they are saying the renal portal system is a special venous connection that acts to link. This renal portal system links what? Kidney and intestine, kidney and lower part of the body of the frog, liver and intestine, liver and kidney. So what will be the answer? Option number B. Saksham is saying option number B means kidney and the lower part of the body. Okay, any other student wants to answer this question? Okay, Sangvi, option number B. So we have option number B here. Sangvi, Deepika, what would be the answer? All the students should answer. Kavya, Premlata, Shri, what would be the answer? Okay, you have to answer. Even if it is wrong, we will correct it. No problem. So you are saying option number B, kidney and the lower part of the kidney. So I have told you renal word is related to kidney. So answer should be from option number A and B. So we have kidney here. Okay. So that is how you have just narrowed down your options. Answer is from A and B. Shri is also saying option number B. Very good. Deepika is saying option number B. Okay. Now let's have a look at the answer. Answer is option number B. Very good. Answer is option number B. Kidney and the lower part of the kidney. So renal portal system is a connection between kidney and the lower part of the kidney, lower part of the body. Okay, clear? So in frogs, they are a specialized venous connection that serves specific function. One such connection links the liver and the intestine, which is known as the hepatic portal system. So we have renal portal system also, and we have hepatic portal system also. Renal portal system is between the kidney and the lower part of the body, and hepatic word is related to liver. So hepatic portal system is between the liver and the intestine. Remember, this question can also come in the exam. Hepatic portal system, hepatic word is related to liver. So liver and intestine, and renal portal system between the kidney and the lower part of the body. Now this is an image based question, important question. Okay, this is question regarding the you can say urine formation or absorption and secretion in the different region of the tubule of the nephrons. Okay, tubules are what? Proximal convoluted tubule, distal convoluted tubule, ascending and descending loop of Henle. This is the tubular system of the nephron. They are tube-like. Now you have to analyze this diagram and you have to correct the you can say you have to select the correct figure here regarding the proximal and the distal convoluted tubule. So they have shown you in this figure that secretion is happening. So this is secretion. So like in image 1, image A, what they are saying, hydrogen ion, they are secreted into the filtrate. This is the filtrate here. Okay, H plus ions is secreted, ammonia is also secreted, or ammonium ions are secreted inside the filtrate. Then bicarbonate, NaCl and water, it is reabsorbed. This is reabsorption. So what will be the correct answer here? Option number D you are saying? Kritika, Premlata, option number D, Saksham. So this is proximal convoluted tubule, this is distal convoluted tubule. Okay, this one is proximal, the left one, right one is the distal convoluted tubule. She is also saying option number D. So option number D you are saying is the correct answer. So let's consider this is proximal convoluted tubule. Okay, they are writing P and D here. Proximal convoluted, distal convoluted tubule. Now, what is happening here in the proximal convoluted tubule? The bicarbonate ions, they are absorbed back into the blood. Bicarbonate ions are absorbed as they are involved in maintaining the pH of the blood. The pH of the blood is around 7.4. Then NaCl is also absorbed and water is also absorbed into the blood. And the excess hydrogen ions and the ammonium ions. Ammonia is toxic. Okay, ammonia is toxic, so it has to be removed from the body. Okay, it is a nitrogenous waste. So these are secreted into the filtrate so that they are eliminated out of the body. What about distal convoluted tubule? Here potassium ions and hydrogen ions, okay, they are secreted, and NaCl, water and bicarbonate ion, they are reabsorbed. So according to you, option number D is the correct answer. Deepika is saying option number C. Deepika is saying option number C. So let's have a look at the answer. Answer is option number D. So option number D is the correct answer. Okay, so how you can remember this? See, if you talk about proximal convoluted tubule, you have bicarbonate ions. Distal convoluted tubule also bicarbonate ions. Absorption into the blood. NaCl, you have NaCl in both proximal and distal, in both of them there is the absorption of NaCl and water also. Okay, so above part is same, the absorption part is same. What about the secretion? Secretion also you can see hydrogen ions in both of them. Hydrogen ions are secreted into the filtrate. Difference is only ammonia. In proximal convoluted tubule, ammonia is secreted. In distal convoluted tubule, potassium is secreted. So this is how you can remember. Everything is same except the ammonia and the potassium. This is how you can remember. This is only the difference. Rest everything is same. Okay, clear? Now next one. Next question is, choose the correct statement given below regarding the juxtamedullary nephron. So there are two kind of nephron. Okay, cortical nephron and juxtamedullary nephron. So kidney, if you dissect the kidney, the outer region of the kidney is known as cortex, inner region is known as medulla. Okay, some nephrons are in the cortical region and some nephrons they extend into the medullary region. Okay, this question has come in NEET 2024. Okay, you have to choose the correct statement from the options given below. Okay, what will be the correct? First one statement, juxtamedullary nephrons are located in the columns of Bertini. Then renal corpuscles of juxtamedullary nephron lie in the outer portion of the renal medulla. Option number C, loop of Henle of juxtamedullary nephron runs deep into medulla. And option number D, juxtamedullary nephron outnumber the cortical nephron. So option number C, we have got the answer. Deepika, Shri, Saksham, they are saying option number C. Okay, so let's have a look at the answer. Answer is option number C. So your answer is correct. Juxtamedullary nephron, actually they have long loop of Henle. Okay, the loop of Henle, it runs deep into the medulla. Okay, this is clear. And these nephrons, they are also involved in counter current mechanism. Okay, because they have loop of Henle, so they have a counter mechanism in respect to the vasa recta. Okay, this is clear. Now next one, again a statement based question. This is also coming NEET 2024. Okay, so here you are given two statements, statement 1 and statement 2. You have to choose the correct answer. Okay, whether the statement 1 is true, whether the statement 2 is true, okay, whether both the statements are true, whether one of the statement is true, other statement is false. So let's read the first statement. First statement is what? In the nephron, the descending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water and permeable to electrolytes like sodium and all, sodium, potassium. Statement 2, the proximal convoluted tubule is lined by simple columnar brush border epithelium and increases the surface area for reabsorption. So what will be the answer? Option number B you are saying. Kritika, Deepika. Okay, Shri, Saksham. Option number B means statement, both statement 1 and 2 are false. So you are saying option number B, both the statement are false. Okay, so let's have a look at the answer. Answer is option number B. Your answer is absolutely correct. Okay, both the statements are false. So statement 1 is false, as the descending loop of Henle is permeable to water and almost impermeable to electrolyte. So reverse. Statement 1 was saying descending loop of Henle is impermeable to water, but it is actually permeable to water and impermeable to electrolytes. Okay, statement 2 is also false, as proximal convoluted tubule is lined by simple cuboidal brush border epithelium, which increases the surface area for reabsorption. Okay, here they were saying simple columnar, but actually they are lined by simple cuboidal. Cuboidal cells means cube-like. Columnar means column-like. They are tall cells. They are tall pillar-like cells. So there is a difference between columnar and cuboidal. Okay, next one. Again, a statement-based question. NEET 2024. So what are the statement here? Statement 1. Concentrated urine is formed due to countercurrent mechanism in the nephron. Okay, statement 2 is countercurrent mechanism helps to maintain osmotic gradient in the medullary region, you can say, or medullary interstitium. So options, you have to select the correct answer from these option A, B, C, D. So what will be the answer? Option number C, Shri saying option number C. Means both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Prema Latha is also saying option number C. Kritika is also saying option number C. What is your answer? Saksham, Sangvi, Kavya, Deepika, Tanzir, Karthik. So option number C you are saying? Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Okay, so let's have a look at the answer. Answer is option number C. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. So the counter current mechanism actually promotes reabsorption of the water. So that's why it helps in concentrating the urine. Okay, so this is for concentrating the urine. Next one, counter current mechanism helps to maintain osmotic gradient in the medullary interstitium. So if you look the image in your NCERT book, the osmolarity actually increases. Okay, the osmolarity increases as you move down the medullary region. So this helps in a reabsorption of the water from the filtrate into the blood and concentrating the urine. So both these statements are correct. Okay, in counter current mechanism, vasa recta is involved. What is vasa recta? Vasa recta is actually the extension of the efferent arteriole only. Efferent arteriole, this is coming out of the glomerulus. This later on forms the vasa recta only. So there is a counter current, means opposite current in the loop of Henle and the vasa recta. Okay, now next question. Next question is given below are two statement. Again, statement based question. This has come in NEET 2023. So given below are two statement. One is labeled as assertion, another is labeled as reason. Now what is assertion actually? Assertion is actually the claim that you are making. Okay, you are claiming this fact. I am claiming this. Okay, reason is actually the explanation of that claim. So let's read this assertion and reason. What is assertion here? Now, nephrons are of two types, cortical and the juxtamedullary, based on the relative position in cortex and medulla. So this is the claim that we are making. Is this claim true or false? Then reason, explanation of this claim, juxtamedullary nephrons have short loop of Henle, whereas cortical nephrons have longer loop of Henle. So what will be the answer? This is a simple question. Everybody should answer. What will be the correct answer here? Option number B, you are saying? Shri, Saksham, Sangvi, Premlata, option number B. So option number B, you are saying A is true and R is false. So should we check the answer? So let's have a look at the answer. Answer is option number B. Assertion is true. Yes, there are two types of nephrons, cortical and juxtamedullary nephron. But the reason is false. Okay, reason is false. Okay, because they are saying juxtamedullary nephrons have shorter loop of Henle. Actually, juxtamedullary nephrons, they have longer loop of Henle. Cortical nephrons, they have, you can say, no loop of Henle. They remain in the cortical region only. Cortex is the outer part of the kidney. Medulla is the inner part of the kidney. So juxtamedullary nephrons, they actually reach the medullary region. Okay, now next one. Next question. So here, this question have come in NEET 2023. This is a column-based question. List 1 and list 2 they have given you. In list 1, they have given you the name of the organisms. They have given you the name of the organisms. Tinea, Paramecium, Periplaneta, and Ferritima. And on the right hand side in the list 2, they have given you the excretory organ present in these organisms. Okay, you have to choose the correct answer. You have to actually match list 1 with list 2. So what will be the answer? What will be the correct answer? Option number B, Deepika, Premlata. Option number A. Okay, so we have got option number A and we have got option number B. Option number B, Kavya. Kavya is also saying option number B. Okay, very good, Kavya. Tinea solium. Tinea is tapeworm. Tapeworm will have flame cells. Paramecium. Paramecium will have contractile vacuoles. Periplaneta. This is American cockroach. This is cockroach actually. Periplaneta americana. Okay, this will have uricose gland. Uricose gland is also a kind of gland involved in excretion. Then you have Ferritima, earthworm. It will have nephridia. Okay, so option number B is the correct answer here. So Sangvi, Kritika, your answer was correct. Kavya, your answer was also correct. Shri, your answer was also correct. Okay, so Tinea, tapeworm, it is a flatworm, have flame cells. Paramecium, it is a paramecium is actually consists of contractile vacuole. It is a protist. Periplaneta, cockroach will have uricose gland, and Ferritima, it will have nephridia. Okay, these are the excretory organs in the animals. All right. So here you can see Tinea, a genus of tapeworm. Paramecium, it is a unicellular protist, uses contractile vacuoles to excrete waste and water, excess water. Periplaneta, American cockroach, it has malphizian tubules, but it also have this uricose gland. Okay, Ferritima, which is earthworm, uses nephridia as the excretory organ. Next question, NEET 2023. Which of the following statements are correct? So what are the correct statement? So you have these 5 statements here. You have to choose the correct answer from the options given below. You have to choose the correct statement, true statements. So statement A is an excessive loss of body fluid from the body switches off osmoreceptors. Okay, if there is excessive loss of body fluids from the body in the form of sweat or whatever, okay, then this will switch off the osmoreceptors. Next one, ADH facilitates antidiuretic hormone, facilitate water reabsorption to prevent diuresis. ANF causes vasodilation. Atrial natriuretic factor, which is released from the heart, does it cause vasodilation? Okay, thus vasodilation means dilation of the blood vessels. So if the blood vessels are dilated, blood pressure will slow down, will become less. Then antidiuretic hormone causes increase in blood pressure. And then ADH is responsible for decrease in the glomerular filtration rate. What would be the correct answer? Okay, so we Deepika, Premlata, Shri, Saksham, all are saying option number A, means B, C, and D. So you are saying what is option number? What is statement B? ADH facilitated water absorption to prevent diuresis. Okay, this is the correct statement. ANF causes vasodilation. This is also correct. Then D, ADH causes increase in the blood pressure. Antidiuretic hormone causes reabsorption of the water. Okay, absorption of the water will cause the blood volume to increase. Okay, and increase in the blood pressure. So option number A here is the correct answer. So your answer was correct. B, C, and D, these are the correct statement here. Okay, so option number A is correct. Okay, this option number A is the correct answer. So B, C, and D are true statements. ADH facilitate water reabsorption from DCT of the nephron to prevent diuresis, which causes increase in the blood pressure. So reabsorption of water is occurring. From which region? DCT. Okay, reabsorption of water means blood volume is increasing. Blood volume is increasing, so there is increase in the blood pressure also. Remember this, blood volume is increasing, blood pressure is increasing. ANF actually dilates the blood vessels. So ANF, which is secreted by the heart, this is a vasodilator. It will decrease the blood pressure. Vessels are dilated, so this will decrease the blood pressure. Antidiuretic hormone, this was increasing the blood pressure. So this is the opposite role. ADH increasing the blood pressure, ANF decreasing the blood pressure. Okay. Now moving on to the next question. Again, next question is assertion reason question. Okay. Now what is assertion? Ascending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water and allows transport of electrolytes actively or passively. Actively means requiring energy, passively means no energy is required in the form of ATP. Next reason, dilution of filtrate takes place due to efflux of electrolytes in the medullary fluid. So what will be the correct answer here? Option number C. Kritika is also saying option number C. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Ascending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water but allow transport of electrolytes. Means electrolytes can be absorbed back into the blood but not water. It is impermeable to water. And reason, the explanation of the assertion, dilution of the filtrate takes place due to efflux of the electrolytes in the medullary. Efflux means moving out. Electrolytes are moving out. Okay, option number C you are saying. So let's have a look at the answer. Option number C is the correct answer. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of the A. Okay, so this we already know. Ascending limb of loop of Henle is impermeable to water. This is true. Reason was what? Dilution of filtrate takes place due to efflux of electrolyte in the medullary fluid. This is also true. As the filtrate ascends, okay, as the filtrate ascends the limb, the ascending limb of loop of Henle, and the electrolytes are transported out, means efflux of the electrolytes into the medullary region, the filtrate becomes more diluted. So either you can add water. How you make a solution dilute? Either you add water to dilute the sample, or you take out the solute, you take out the ions. So here what is happening? Efflux of the ions are happening. So this will dilute the filtrate. Okay, clear? So here you can see the number of electrolytes, they are decreasing in the filtrate. So the electrolytes are moving out from the filtrate into the medullary region. Medullary region is becoming more and more concentrated. Okay, if the medullary region is more concentrated, then what will happen? Medullary region more concentrated means less water. So water will move out from the filtrate into the medulla. Okay. Now next one. Again, we have the statement based question. So you can see from this chapter, you are getting a lot of assertion, reason and statement based question you are getting. Okay. Statement 1 is goblet cells are unicellular glands like sweat gland. Okay. Salivary glands. Okay. Glands can be exocrine or endocrine. So they are saying goblet cells are unicellular glands. And statement 2, they are saying earwax is a secretion of the exocrine gland. Exocrine gland, and we have endocrine gland. Endocrine gland, they are ductless gland and they release hormones. Exocrine glands are like your sweat gland and all. So what will be the answer? Statement 1 is true, statement 2 is false, or statement 1 is false, statement 2 is true. Both statement 1 and 2 are true, both statement 1 and 2 are false. So what will be the correct answer here? Option number C, Deepika is saying, Premlata is saying option number C. Both statements are true, you are saying. Sangvi is also saying option number C. So you are saying both the statements are true. Okay, so should we check the answer? Okay, so answer is option number C. Both statement 1 and 2 are true. Okay, so your answer was absolutely correct. Goblet cells are unicellular gland, or they make a unicellular gland. So statement 1 is true, as goblet cells are indeed unicellular glands. They secrete mucus and are found in the lining of intestines and the respiratory tracts, where the mucus acts as the protective layer. Statement 2 is also true. Earwax, also known as the cerumen, is a secretion from these ceruminous gland in the ear canal, which are a type of exocrine gland. Okay, exocrine glands are the glands that secrete their products onto body surfaces or into body cavities. Next question is again related to the angiotensin aldosterone system. So this question was repeated, you can see, in 2026. So the question from NEET 2023, this was almost repeated in 2026. So you can see that. So you can see here from this pattern, okay, the PYQs from the last year, they are being asked in the recent years. So you have to solve, you have to, you can say, attempt all the PYQs, at least do the PYQs of the last 5 years. Okay, so at least do the PYQs of the last 5 years. Okay, option number A. So this we have already discussed. So everyone should answer here. Sangvi Shri, option number A. So this we have already discussed. Renin angiotensin aldosterone system. This is for concentrating the urine, and this is also for increasing the blood pressure, because angiotensin 2 will cause vasoconstriction. Vasoconstriction will cause increase in the blood pressure. Okay, so option number A. Okay, so this we will discuss quickly. Fall in glomerular blood pressure. So there is a fall in the glomerular filtration. Then what will happen? Release of renin. Then renin will cause the conversion of angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1, and angiotensin 1 is converted into angiotensin 2. Angiotensin 2 will cause vasoconstriction, and it will also activate the aldosterone. Aldosterone will do what? Aldosterone will cause the reabsorption of sodium ions and water from the distal convoluted tubule. So answer is option number A. Option number A is the correct answer. Fall in the glomerular filtration rate, activation of JEE cells and release of renin. Then angiotensinogen is converted into 1 and then into 2. Then angiotensin 2 will do what? It will activate aldosterone, and it will also cause vasoconstriction. So it is doing two functions here, angiotensinogen 2. Angiotensin 2 is doing two functions, release of aldosterone and vasoconstriction. They have not mentioned vasoconstriction here. And then aldosterone will cause reabsorption of sodium ions from the distal convoluted tubule. When the sodium ions are reabsorbed, water is also reabsorbed. So concentration of the urine. Okay. Now, next question. Nitrogenous waste is excreted in the form of pellet or paste by. So we have 4 options here. Ornithorhynchus, salamander, hippocampus, or pavo. So what will be the correct? This is a direct answer. Straightforward question. Option number D, Premlata is saying pavo. Kavya is also written option number D, pavo. So what is pavo actually? Pavo is a scientific name for? Deepika is also saying option number D. Karthik is also saying option number D. Pavo is a scientific name for what? It is a bird actually. So birds will release uric acid. So these are all nitrogenous waste. Ammonia, urea, uric acid. So let's have a look at the answer. So answer is pavo. Option number D is the correct answer. Okay, so pavo excrete nitrogenous waste as the form of uric acid. So why they are releasing uric acid? Why not urea and ammonia? So these birds, they actually conserve water. They minimize the loss of water by releasing uric acid. Okay, it is for peacock, pavo. Okay, so by releasing or by excreting uric acid, they are actually conserving the water. Okay, now again, next question. NEET 2022. Select the correct statements actually. Okay, so statement 1, angiotensin 2 activates the cortex of adrenal gland, means adrenal cortex to release aldosterone. Okay, then aldosterone leads to increase in blood pressure. Next, ANF acts as a check on renin-angiotensin mechanism. ADH causes vasodilation. Vasopressin is released from adenohypophysis. So they are talking about the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is divided into anterior and posterior pituitary, or you can say neurohypophysis or adenohypophysis. So what will be the correct answer here? Option number A. So Kavya and Premlata, Kritika, you are saying option number A. Okay, so option number A you are saying means you are saying angiotensin 2 activates the adrenal cortex to release aldosterone. Okay, then B, aldosterone leads to increase in the blood pressure. Aldosterone, what does do? It causes reabsorption of the sodium ions. Along with the sodium ions, water is also absorbed. Increase in the blood volume, increase in the blood pressure. And then C, ANF acts as a check on renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. So renin-angiotensin, this mechanism concentrates the urine, increases the blood pressure. ANF will decrease the blood pressure by causing vasodilation. So answer should be option number A. So your answer was absolutely correct. These statements are true. A, B and C are true. D is false. ADH causes vasodilation. This is false. ANF causes vasodilation, not ADH. And vasopressin, which is ADH only, is released by adenohypophysis. This is also not the correct answer. Okay, this vasopressin is released from neurohypophysis, not adenohypophysis. Clear? Now moving on to the next question. Presence of which of the following condition in urine are indicative of diabetes mellitus? So diabetes, you have diabetes insipidus and you have diabetes mellitus. Here they are talking about diabetes mellitus. Okay, so options are ketonuria and glycosuria, uremia and renal calculi, uremia and ketonuria, and renal calculi and hyperglycemia. What will be the correct answer? You are saying option number A. Shri, Kritika, Premlata. Option number A you are saying means ketonuria and glycosuria. So let's have a look at the answer. Your answer is absolutely correct. So if there is more concentration of ketone bodies or glucose, okay, then this is the indicative of diabetes mellitus. So presence of ketone bodies in the urine, this is known as ketonuria. Presence of glucose in the urine, this is known as glycosuria. And these are the indicative of diabetes mellitus. Next one, which of the following would help in prevention of diuresis? Prevention of diuresis. Okay, so diuresis means excess fluid in the urine, means diluted urine. So you have to prevent diuresis, means you have to make the urine more concentrated. Concentration of urine can be done by reabsorption of water. So what would be the correct answer from these options given? Option number A, decrease in secretion of renin by JG cells. Option number B, more absorption of water due to under secretion of ADH. Option number C, reabsorption of sodium ions and water from renal tubules due to aldosterone. And option number D, atrial natriuretic factor causes vasoconstriction. Okay, option number C you are saying, Kavya, Shri, Premlata, means reabsorption of sodium ions and water from the renal tubules due to aldosterone. Okay, so option number C everyone is saying. So let's have a look at the answer. Option number C is the correct answer. So you have to prevent diuresis, means you have to prevent the excess, you can say, fluid in the urine. Okay, so this can be done by absorption of water. So what does aldosterone will do? Aldosterone will cause reabsorption of sodium ions from the DCT, and along with the sodium ions, water is also reabsorbed from the filtrate, and that it will lead to prevention of diuresis. Now next one, use of artificial kidney during hemodialysis may result in, okay, artificial kidney is used due to kidney damage. Okay, so what they are saying, use of artificial kidneys due to hemodialysis may result in nitrogenous waste buildup in the body, non-elimination of excess potassium ions, reduced absorption of calcium ions from gastrointestinal tract, reduced RBC production. Which of the following option is the most appropriate? Options are A, B, C, D. So what will be the correct answer here? You have to select most appropriate option with regard to use of artificial kidney during hemodialysis. Hemo means blood dialysis. So option number A, you are seeing. So use of artificial kidneys during hemodialysis may result in. So obviously nitrogenous waste, they will be removed. They are saying option number A, nitrogenous waste build up in the body. No, nitrogenous waste will be removed from the body. Then they are saying non-elimination of excess potassium ions. Okay, then reduce absorption of calcium ions from the gastrointestinal tract and reduce RBC production. Okay, so what will be the answer? Option number A, you are saying, Premlata, means nitrogenous waste is building up in the body. If you are using artificial kidney, if you are doing dialysis, doctor is doing dialysis, so dialysis you are saying will cause buildup of nitrogenous waste in the body, or dialysis will remove the nitrogenous waste from the body. Okay, so let's check the answer. Answer is option number A. So you are saying C and D are the correct answer. C is reduce absorption of calcium ions from the gastrointestinal tract. Okay, and D, reduce RBC production. So these two statements are actually correct. So C, so there will be reduced absorption of calcium ions first of all, and then kidney, it secretes a hormone known as erythropoietin. This erythropoietin enzyme is involved in erythropoiesis. Erythropoiesis means RBC production. So if the individuals in which kidney is damaged or kidney is not functioning properly, the RBCs will be less in number, because because kidneys are involved in RBC production. Kidney are releasing a hormone known as erythropoietin that is involved in erythropoiesis, means RBC production. Okay. Now next one. So here you can see kidney also secrete calcitriol, which allow absorption of calcium from the gastrointestinal tract. So kidney is secreting erythropoietin also, and kidney is secreting calcitriol also. Calcitriol, which is involved in absorption of the calcium ion. Okay, so next question. Let's take this question. This will be the last question. Which of the following factor is responsible for the formation of concentrated urine? Okay, option number A, secretion of erythropoietin by juxtaglomerular complex. Next one, hydrostatic pressure during glomerular filtration. Then option number C, low levels of antidiuretic hormone. And then option number D, maintaining hyperosmolarity towards inner medullary interstitium in the kidney. So what will be the correct answer? Option number C, lower level of antidiuretic hormone, ADH. Okay, any other student want to answer this question? Which of the following factor is responsible for the formation of concentrated urine? Concentrated urine means water is being reabsorbed. Okay, so in which cases concentrated urine will be formed? Low level of ADH or high level of ADH? What will be the answer? Let's have a look at the answer. Answer is option number D, maintaining hyperosmolarity towards inner medullary interstitium in the kidneys. Okay, so you have to maintain hyperosmolarity, means more concentration, more concentrated medullary region. The medullary region will be more concentrated. Okay, so as you are moving downwards, ascending loop of Henle, you are moving downwards, the osmolarity is increasing in the medullary region. So this will force the water to move out from the filtrate into the medullary region. Okay, so maintaining hyperosmolarity towards the inner medullary interstitium in the kidneys, this will lead to formation of concentrated urine. Okay, students. So should we end this session? Okay, so the time is up. We will end this session. I hope the session was quite knowledgeable for you. Alright, Shri, thank you very much. Okay, I hope you are getting benefited from this session. We'll continue this session tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Kavya.